Hey guys, so I don't see anyone talking about this, and I really don't understand why. This video is not about Trump, but it is about something that he put forward for his 2024 platform. And if Trump is not the nominee and it ends up being a DeSantis or a Paul or whoever it ends up being, they need to adopt this in some form and include it into their campaign. This needs to be a major point of the GOP platform moving forward. And that is Trump put it out on Truth Social, Trump Jr. shared it on Twitter, is the idea of an internet bill of rights. Now, what you need to understand is that the internet is the new public square. That is now where debate, conversation, ideas are exchanged. It doesn't happen at your local venue, not to the same extent that it once did. All of these things take place online now, so it only makes sense that those protections that you have follow you to that new public square. So, to follow up on that, I am not an Elon super fan. There's a lot of people out there that think Elon is going to be their new Lord and Savior. That is not the case. I think Elon is doing a halfway decent job over there at Twitter. I do like that he's exposing some of these ideas that we all thought were going on behind the scenes, and now we know. But Elon is not going to be your savior. So, what we had essentially with these Twitter drops, you had the federal government paying millions of dollars to Twitter, but keep in mind, this is not just going on with Twitter. This is just the only one that you're hearing about right now. You had the federal government paying millions of dollars to Twitter to silence citizens and journalists and remove content that was wrongthink. The New York Post had the Hunter Biden story completely suppressed. They were removed. They are one of, I think they're either the third or the oldest media outlet in the entire country. Didn't violate any terms of service. They changed the rules to fit the narrative and then removed them. They removed Donald Trump from the platform, who at the time was the president of the United States. I mean, this is a huge amount of power that these companies have, these big tech companies. Arguably more than 95% of the world's governments out there. You really need to understand how much power these companies actually have. But even worse, behind all that power of this big tech company, you had the federal government dumping millions of dollars to make it happen. The problem with that is that at a very base level, that is fascistic. That is, by definition, fascism. You have a government working with a private entity to trample the rights of its citizens. We are right there, by definition, at fascism. So you really need to think this through. You need to understand all of the problems and all of the potential future problems that this can cause if we don't figure some of these things out. This truly is, or could be, if we can adopt this into our platform, the GOP platform, the libertarian platform. Libertarians really need to get with this idea too. Real quick on that note, I need to go on a little side tangent here. I'm getting slightly tired of the libertarian. They are a private company. They can do what they want to. Yes, they can, and I completely agree with you on that front. But where that ideology should end is when the federal government is dumping millions of dollars into a company to trample on those rights. Why does it matter if the federal government comes down and directly takes away your free speech, or if they just pay someone else to do it for them? This is a huge conflict in your own ideology, and I don't understand why people aren't seeing through that. But moving on, this this very well, if we can adopt this into our platform, can turn into the largest piece of legislation in our lifetimes. I don't know why more people are not rallying around it. I don't know if people just don't know that it's out there right now, or if people are just kind of tired of politics after the midterms. I don't entirely know what is going on. But this needs to be pressed forward. This is a huge piece of legislation. You need potential piece of legislation. You need to get behind it. You need to make sure that your friends and family are aware of this. And, show them this video. Make sure they understand the severity of what's going on right now. The internet is only going to become a larger and larger piece of everyone's life. It would be great if we can jump on this now before things get even worse and get some sort of protection put in there for everyone. Thanks, guys.